My name is Sarah Clausen, and I'm the District Ranger for the Bradshaw and Chino Valley Ranger Districts of the Prescott National Forest. And I've also been serving as the Agency Administrator for the Prescott National Forest on the Crooks Fire. First of all, I really want to thank our entire community for your patience and your understanding with the Crooks Fire and all of the fear that might come along with it. We've really appreciated everybody's interest, your responsiveness, and your preparedness. On behalf of Prescott National Forest, as well as Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management, we'd also like to thank California National Team 4 for their incredible professional management of this incident. If you live in Yavapai County, if your community is next to grasslands or brush fields, or if you're surrounded by our beautiful national forest, you are likely at risk of wildfire. If you've lived here for any length of time, you know that we are frequently concerned about that threat. We are very concerned about your personal safety if you live here. Because of that, we spend a lot of time on the Prescott National Forest and with our partners on public lands, working to reduce that risk for you year-round. Not only do we thin our forests, but we also create fuel breaks, and we conduct prescribed burns. All of those management practices help to keep our forests more resistant and resilient to wildfires, and they help protect our communities. They provide safe places for our firefighters to engage when we are threatened by a wildfire. I think we've all seen, if you lived here, that wildfire season seems to be getting longer. This fire started in mid-April, and fire behavior seems to be getting much more extreme from what we would expect. Certainly uncharacteristic. Because of that, while we are working year-round to protect our forests and our communities, we really ask you to please do your part. For that, what we are asking is that you, first of all, become educated. If you have questions about the hazardous fuels treatments or the healthy forest projects we're conducting on the Prescott National Forest, please reach out to us. You may look at our Facebook page or look at our Prescott National Forest website, or you may contact our offices. We also ask you to follow our fire restrictions. We are going into stage 1 fire restrictions on Thursday, May 5th. And please do check out our website or our Facebook page to understand what you can do to create one less spark. Please always have a plan for evacuation. If you live in this community, you should always be in the ready mode. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, please also consider checking out Yavapai County Sheriff's Office website and sign up for the Code Red Emergency System alerts. And finally, most importantly, what you can do on your own property is create defensible space. I'm going to turn it over to Jake Guadiana with Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management to talk a little bit more about that.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm Jake Guadiana, Division Chief with the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management. It is my absolute distinct honor and privilege to serve you, the folks that live in Yavapai County, as well as those that live in the state of Arizona. Far too many times we experience what we're experiencing now, which are longer fire seasons, shortage in resources, and just unbearable conditions for our firefighters. First, these battles and these fights are won and lost in the preseason meetings. So for the cooperators that show up and do the tabletops, practice the evacuation drills, and disseminate the educational message that we're putting forth today, that's where the battles are won and lost. So for the cooperators within the communities here in Yavapai County, we thank you for participating in those meetings and dry runs, and we ask that you continue to do so after the fire season is over. Now for the citizens in Yavapai County, you're far too familiar with the devastation that wildfire can bring. 8 wildfire seasons ago, we lost 19 of our bravest. We lost husbands, fathers, sons, and brothers. One of the greatest actions that you can take in remembering them and not moving on, but moving forward, is to please treat your properties. The firefighters' mentality as they're heading into a community that's being evacuated is, we got you. We got your back. And meet us halfway on that. And when we show up into a community and we see a property that's been treated, your actions speak louder than your words. And that's you saying that you have our back. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Rocky Oplager. I am the incident commander for California National Team 4. And I really wanted to take this time to thank each one of you, the citizens of Prescott and surrounding communities, for the support that you show in all of our firefighters, our emergency responders, and certainly our incident management team. I also want to take the time to thank you for your patience, your perseverance, your understanding. And that's difficult when we've initiated various evacuations. Currently, we still have an evacuation for the Lookout area. Folks that want to get back, and when are we going to do the re-entry? The closures that were put in effect to, again, protect you and each one of our citizens as our highest priority when we come in to manage a fire. Also, taking a look at nighttime when you see the glow on the side of the hill and wondering, as the fire, have they lost it? The firefighters lost it. The smoke impacts that we've faced throughout the last 2 weeks, and we know those impacts to the community. And foremost, the impacts of the firefighters. We had over 900 firefighters that invaded your communities, and that included almost 50 fire engines and another 20 crews, many of those hot shot crews, water tenders, dozers. And I know the nervousness when you see the number of helicopters in the air. We had 12 at the height, and quick turnarounds utilizing some of the local lakes to support the firefighters on the ground. And finally, I know, as I'm concerned as a firefighter, when we see those air tankers flying, and how fortunate you are to at least have a tanker base so close, and we had such quick turnaround. And a reminder that aviation is only as good as the folks that we have on the ground that can support that. I close with basically the unity of effort. And the unity of effort is taking a look at our federal, our state, our local cooperators, certainly the Department of Emergency Management, all of our local PD, fire departments, our utilities, really coming together to where we are today to take a look at getting close to reaching our containment objectives. But I do remind us that we do have a long fire season ahead. We do have 2 large catastrophic fires right now going on in New Mexico, and it's really just the start of the fire season. And the young men and women that are on those fire lines, it's going to be a trying season for them, especially if we get into the western United States season, and then certainly California late in the season with the Santa Ana winds. So I also ask that you be proactive. The agencies have all come together to really start focusing on fire-safe communities. And a big part of the responsibility we all have, I have as a homeowner, all my team members have, is defensible space. So we ask that you get proactive. Take a look at FireWise.org, look at the Fire Safe Council, and be an activist for that safe and fire-safe community that we really want. Because it allows our firefighters and our responders, when we see a catastrophic fire like this, to go in and really do every effort to protect your property. So on behalf of California Team 4, and again, just this unity of command, thank you very much for your support.